Hi, how are you? Good to see you guys.
At Candidate Cafe, diners got to see a different side of Ron DeSantis when they asked him about his favorite comfort food.
What's your guilty pleasure food that you like to hide around your office?
Well, fortunately, I have enough willpower not to do that, at least. But I think what we do is so we have 3 kids, 2 birthdays in March, daughter in November, my wife is June, I'm September. So we really do 5 birthday parties, all for the kids. Like ours are just an excuse to do it. But we will usually get, because the kids, some want one, we'll usually get like a nice cake baked from like a nice bakery, but we also do the ice cream cake. And so, those are like days where, I do a little bit more than I should on that. But what I do is it's less about guilty pleasure for me, but if I'm on the road, people will I stop at like a restaurant, I'll stop here, or wherever I go, people will say, hey, here's some cookies, so I bring back treats for the kids. And it's one thing to bring it back on like a Saturday morning, but when I bring it back at 8:30 at night on a school night, and then they proceed to get hopped up on sugar, my wife is not always that happy with me for doing that. But you only live once, and you deal with some of the consequences down the road.
DeSantis played collegiate baseball at Yale, where he was team captain. One of his career highlights on the diamond came in his younger years, when his hometown Florida team reached the Little League World Series.
We were one of 4 American teams to make it, and you go, and it's almost like heaven on earth kind of deal. Really, really neat experience, and we finished 6th in the world when I went. But I was throwing out the first pitch in Florida at a Little League game a couple years ago, and someone dug up like some statistics from that run, and I totally forgot. And they're like, in the Little League World Series, the second game, Governor DeSantis pitched and struck out 12 people and got 4 hits and 1 home run. And it's true. As a 12-year-old, I hit a home run on that stadium, out of the park. I think someone gave me the ball. I may have that ball somewhere still. But those are things that I think are really, really neat, because it's just such a grand stage that when you see it, it's good.
Serving in Congress, DeSantis says he hated dealing with D.C. traffic. In 2017, his desire to avoid the gridlock prompted him to leave early from a practice for the congressional baseball game, where a mass shooting unfolded just moments after his departure.
I'm playing third base. My teammate, shortstop, Jeff Duncan from South Carolina, his aide is the one that drove both of us to the field, because the field was in Alexandria, Virginia, so we go from Capitol Hill there. And so we're just sitting there, and Steve Scalise is playing second base, so I'm feeling ground balls. I'm throwing to Steve, and he's like turning these double plays and everything. And for whatever reason, I looked at kind of the watch, and I'm like, if we leave right now, we'll probably beat traffic, because I think we got out there at 6:15. It was like a little after 7. So I asked Jeff, I was like, hey, can we just get on the road? Because it's a difference between a 15-minute and a 40-minute potentially. And he's like, all right, let's go. So we go, change out of our spikes. We're walking in the parking lot. Some guy comes up to us and says, hey, are those Republicans or Democrats? And Jeff's like, it's Republicans. And he's like, okay. So we got in the car. He turned around, and the cars were on the first base side of the field behind the on-deck circle in the stands. He goes to the third base side. There was a white van. At this point, we've pulled off. So he goes in. He pulls out a rifle. And then he goes and he sets up outside the field, right by the dugout, right by third base, basically. So I would have been like the closest guy, if he had to do it. So then he starts shooting people, and he shot Scalise, because Scalise was perfect in his view from that third base line to second, and he was shooting around.
Capitol Police stopped the shooter. DeSantis didn't know what happened until they walked past a bank of TVs in the Capitol gym.
So first of all, I just called my wife, because I'm like, I'm fine. But she had not even seen the news, which is good. I was like, don't worry, I'm fine. We're still figuring out what happened, whatever. But yeah, it was, for some reason, something came upon me to say, hey, you just got to get on the road today. And we did. And, who knows what would have happened if we had stayed another 15 minutes.
DeSantis is an Iraq war veteran. He says it didn't take long on the ground there to know the mission was going sideways.
We weren't winning clear victory. I mean, when you say create a democracy in a foreign country, well, it's not the same thing as what we do. And, you know, it kind of goes back to the civics. Our country was birthed out of, like, all hundreds of years of intellectual currents, right? The idea that we're just going to go in and Iraq is all of a sudden going to behave like us, that's just not the way it was. It was like the Shia voted one way, the Sunni voted the other, Kurds voted the other. So I think that those were things we should have known, but you're on the ground for literally a week or two, and you know, like, this is not going to work.